to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain your week. Got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts. And allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. This fitted baseball cap of a podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play, of course. Spotify is big and green like a giant Mountain Dew. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. And with me, as always, is the also host, I would say, Captain's Courageous to my Pippi Longstocking, Winter Trash Monk the Third.
Will you keep it down? I'm trying to record here. Keep it down.
Wow. Is that what you play when you have to order a huge pizza by yourself? You don't want the pizza man to think you're by yourself?
I'm recording in the middle of a restaurant. Let me walk out of here.
Okay. Is that what's happening? Okay. Tell them to keep it down, man. We're trying to do a show here, man.
Women think they could just cough everywhere nowadays.
Wow.
Hey,
wow.
Welcome, everybody.
Wow.
This is Trash Monk the Third, Trash Monk I. Trash Monk I. Coming at you from the Trash Bunker. No, I'm coming from a restaurant.
the trash. What trash restaurant are you at right now, man?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese. Speaking of bunkers, man, how are you handling your end of the world, dog? You having a good time?
It's the end of the world as we know it. Leonard Bernstein.
Have you created your toilet tissue towers?
No.
And your hand sanitizer lakes?
Can you explain to me why it is that toilet tissues are like the thing people are stocking up on?
I don't know, man. People as a culture get really weird when the pedal's to the metal, man. People are freaking out. Bullets. I just buy bullets. Okay, Punisher.
But I forgot the gun.
I'm not doing anything until I get the freaking guns. We told you we're not giving you guns until you tell us your name. The guy just pipes down.
Yeah. Wow. That's a good
freaking guns. Man.
What is that the one where Homer gets a gun?
I think that's the one where Marge becomes a cop.
Oh.
I think.
They're at the police academy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tootie will yell at me, "No, it's episode 93." And I'm just like, all right, bet. But yeah, how are you handling your end of the world, man? You having a good time? You feeling it?
Fine. I don't worry about it too much.
Is there any kind of freak out where you are, man? Like, is there any kind of sense of urgency?
There is a little bit, but it's like so far away from us. I mean, work has canceled any outside trips to Sacramento and like
any major
places.
City.
Yeah, but there's people that I know who are going to like card fight tournaments and like in Elk Grove or something.
It's funny. It's like people leave their major cities to go to where you are for sanctuary. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
sanctuary.
Yeah, where I'm at in the metropolitan area of giant Los Angeles, it's kind of dumb out there right now. It's getting a little crazy out there. It's very subtle. Like, there's not people like chasing dogs with knives and forks or anything, but you see subtle things like people on bus stops don't stand so close to each other. You know, like you go to like a Walgreens and they literally have signs up that say, "Do not ask for hand sanitizer or toilet tissue. We're out." And it's like, what is happening, dude?
What in the world of sports?
And, you know, it's fine. I mean, these things happen every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, and it's good for business. It's really good for business because these businesses are selling out at rocket prices. You almost think that it may be strategic. What'd you do with your week?
The weekend was pretty busy with, Sunday stuff.
How's he been? Since you know all the stars, how's the weekend been? You talked to him recently?
Yeah, he's all right. I don't have anywhere to go with that joke, but I played
Just turning the tables on you just a little bit, my man.
Just a little bit, okay.
Just a little bit, my man.
Played D&D on Saturday.
Oh man, I remember what that's like. That's fun.
Yeah, they made a little mini for me.
Nice. Did they design it? Does it look like you?
No, it looks like my character, Haldor Galbrook.
He sounds
barbarian.
Okay, I was about to say that sounds like a stout name, dude. Like,
yeah,
dude, like a little chunklet.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Like he'll get scooped up like scum.
And what else was there?
What else, dog? What you do?
I'm on season 4 of The West Wing, I think.
You're West Winging it up, my man.
Yeah, now Sorkin this is the part where Sorkin left the show.
Max, the Sorkin retrieval arc, man.
Yeah, and you can kind of actually. I think he left maybe. No, I think he only stayed for seasons 1 to 3, and they kind of
1 to 3.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Nice.
It's nerdy.
It's nice and nerdy, huh?
Yeah.
A different section of the nerdiverse is like political intrigue, dude.
It's a planet where it's all like political drama.
Planet, yeah,
People are walking
pretty much.
and talking.
Yeah, it's kind of like Ready Player One, but it's all just political characters. It's just Jack Ryan and what's the guy from 24?
I'm not helping you.
You're not helping me.
No.
Kiefer Sutherland, Bauer.
That's
Bauer, Jack Bauer. There you go. Yeah, points for Gryffindor. Speaking of which, what house do you belong to? I know you know.
I think it's Griffin. No, it's not. It's I'm
not going to help you. I will not help you.
Well, that means you'd be able to.
Ooh, burn. Ooh,
let me get into my account real quick.
Whoa. Okay, access.
You just start bantering.
Okay, so one time I was walking down the street, this person ran up on me real fast and was like, "What if I take your life?" And I was like, "Where are you going to take it to?" He was like, "The store." And then we started walking to the store. We both got Ritz sodas, the fruit punch kind that go flat the moment you hear. That's all the carbonation in the soda. It is just drinking a flat soda. So me and this crazy dude, we're all like, "Yeah, man, if you take a life, if you go somewhere with it, it goes with you, man. That's how immortality happens. It's not
I'm logging
one
into
person
my
living
passport.
forever."
Yeah, I'm Gryffindor.
Okay. Nice.
And my wand is cedarwood with a dragon heartstring core, 13 inches, and quite bendy, flexible.
I heard it's not the size of the wand.
Shut up. My Patronus is a calico cat. Nice. What's
the calico cat's name, man? You must have named it.
It's Mike.
Really?
No,
Yo,
I didn't name it.
Weirdo. Why don't you name your Patronus stuff?
Because I'm not that
deep?
Crazy. So funny thing about this, I remember taking the test because there were some like kids telling me about it.
Yeah.
And then when I told them that my Patronus was a calico cat, they're like,
"Oh, that says a lot about you."
Yeah, I'm like,
that says a lot about you, man.
I told them verbally, like I told like a 14-year-old kid to shut up, walk away.
That says a lot about you, man. All the Potterheads listening to the podcast, like, I see. What does your elf eyes see? Nice. Funny enough, I'm Slytherin, dude. Funny enough.
Slytherin.
I'm Slytherin. I took the test like 3 times. It kept coming back Slytherin, so it is what it is. I don't know. But you know what? Snape was Slytherin, and he turned out to be okay at the very, 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 very end. No spoilers. Dude, I really want to try butterbeer, but I'm way too lazy to go to any theme park to try it.
Yeah, it's not that great.
Why don't they sell it just like at like Vons or something, man?
He wouldn't probably want it. It's I don't think there's that big of a want for it.
I don't know, man. Like, I think people would buy it. I would buy like a 6-pack of butterbeer, keep it in the fridge, have a non-alcoholic and alcoholic version, dude. You know what I really wanted to always try was a Flaming Moe, and there was a bar in LA that actually made them for real. To try to get as close to the actual, kind of ingredients that the show did. I wanted one, but I wasn't cool enough to go into that bar. My mustache wasn't twirly enough, dude. I wasn't turtly enough for the Turtle Club. Turtle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Dude, what did I do with my week, man? Yep. The Nerdiverse questions and ponders. I got a haircut, and I didn't want a haircut, but I got barber's guilt. You ever get that before? You ever get barber's guilt?
What's barber's guilt?
Barber's guilt is when you tell your barber you're going to go get a haircut, and then something happens, and you can't get a haircut, and then the barber guilts you to get a haircut.
Get a haircut and get a real job.
Get a haircut, hippie. And I was just like, man, I don't want to do it. He was like, look, you're taking food out of my 12 kids' mouths. You better come here and get this $10 haircut, dude. I need it. I need you to do it. I need the practice. And I was like, okay, haircut, man, because you don't want to piss off your barber, right? That's a very, or your hairstylist or whatever, because that's a very delicate situation you're in when someone's cutting your hair or styling your hair, because they could just jack you up out of spite, dude. That's like making your mechanic mad, or like making your dentist mad. You don't want to do it. You want to stay on their good side forever.
You're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time. You don't want a pizza when you should french fries. You're going to have a bad time. So it's like you have to be extra sensitive to certain social contracts that you sign with certain people that kind of are you're beholden to because they're so good. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's very particular about their body. As humans, we're just that way. But with your hair, you find that one person that can kind of get it the way you like it. And then you have to cater to that person forever. Because if you make them upset, you have to find another person. That could take a lifetime. You know what I mean? You got to be specific with it. And it's this weird kind of relationship you build with them, dude. Like, you have to kind of placate them in a weird way. Otherwise, they'll jack you up, man. You know, if you're real good with your mechanic, they'll give you breaks. They'll work with you. If your mechanic's mad at you, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, your strut brace needs a realignment. You need extra oil on your distributor cap. I'm like, what? I just wanted an oil change, my man. $5,000. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
You do know what I'm saying, man. I know you've experienced this before on some level. It's like back in the day used to be the same way with like your butcher. You have to be real cool with your butcher.
I'm your butcher.
I'm your butcher. Other than getting a haircut, I made a bee friend this week. It was a bee friend.
What the bee friend?
I was driving my car and I was at a stoplight, and the bee landed on my hand. And your natural reaction is to panic, but I didn't because it's a bee. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna let this bee chill.
That's a natural way to go about it, huh?
Yeah, you just let the bee chill. The bee looked at me, did a little bee did a little bee salute and flew off my hand. And I was like, yo,
hey bee,
you gotta chill. The bee's like, the bee has a deeper voice, and the bee is like,
yeah. I'm scared of the dark.
I'm a bee, and I don't actually like pollination. Buzz. And he flew off into the ether, man. I had a moment with the bee, dog. As you could tell, I had a very uneventful week.
Right?
I'm just laughing.
To be honest, I tuned out of it.
You know what? You better hang off every word, Winter. This is our symbiotic relationship. If that's the case, okay. Comics, I didn't really read any comics. Video games, I'm still playing Borderlands 3. Movies, I just watched The Hidden again, and nobody cares to hear about me talk about The Hidden. So, with what's his face from Blue Velvet and Twin Peaks, about this alien that climbs into your throat and takes over the human body, and the alien just powers it. It's some kind of weird, like, slug criminal. But another version of the slug criminal is a good version, and they follow the slug criminal to Earth. Okay,
please stop whatever is happening.
Watch The Hidden, dude. It's a cool 1980s.
Good grief.
You would like it. There's political intrigue in it, dude. With slug aliens that crawl down people's throats and control their bodies like puppets.
I prefer the Puppet Master movie.
Which one?
The one with Donald Sutherland, and it's about aliens.
Fine. That's a fine answer. I'm about to get on your case, dude. Because there's like 12 of them. There's like 12 puppet snatchers, body snatchers, moves. Yeah, so watch The Hidden. Here's the thing. Mike G's birthday's coming up. Big birthday for big boys. I'm a big boy. And all I want for my birthday from the Nerdiverse is someone to review Rawhead Rex with me. I've talked about this before on the podcast.
Yes, you have.
Clive Barker original. No one wants to talk about this movie. It's so powerful that people cower in its presence. I need someone to review Rawhead Rex with me. I want it done. This is all I ask for my birthday. It's probably going to get no listens. No one cares. Even Clive Barker has disowned the movie. But I want to talk about it. So this is a shout out. This is my conch shell news team assemble to anyone who would want to review Rawhead Rex with me. DM me at mnerdiverse. Holla at your boy. Mike G signing out. End of podcast. Hit it, winner.
What?
Want to do some polls?
There
Want to
we
do a
go.
poll? Yeah. This is a podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is audio stimulation. So, for the poll, I want to do something a little bit different.
I had an intro ready to go and everything. Okay,
Go. Do it. Okay. Hey, everybody. This is a poll. And hit it, winner.
Polls of the week. Oh, yeah. Polls of the week.
Okay. You know how you were lost with all the whole crap I just spilled out of my brain right now?
Uh-huh.
I was just as lost with that right there.
But you see how mine's like only 10 seconds and
I just spill out. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just jump. I just filibuster any kind of thing that comes to my brain.
Yeah.
I'll do better, kids. I'll do better.
You're like Jack Kerouac, and I'm like Salvador Dali.
Oh, you're gonna compare me to you gonna compare yourself to Salvador Dali? Dog?
I did it.
Who did? Me?
All right, moving on.
Did I do this?
All right.
Oh,
I have nothing to add to this poll because I have no clue what you're talking about.
Dude, okay, March 9th passed, which is the infamous passing of Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls is the realest. I was going to say Snoop's real name as Biggie Smalls' name. All my hip-hop cred ripped away. So I wanted to do a poll about something we very rarely talk about on this channel, music. So I wanted to ask the Nerdiverse, which of these Biggie singles, which was their favorite Biggie track of all time? And I picked 4 of his biggest singles, which is Juicy, which I believe is This Is All a Dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Hypnotize, Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. More Money, More Problems, which is one of my favorites. And of course, I love it when you call me Big Pop, but none of this is ringing a bell to you, winner.
No, I've never listened to this.
Biggie Smalls, dog? In the 90s? Okay.
You're talking to Grunge Man here.
Okay.
And I was like, at the end of the 90s, I was 7.
Shit, you're right. That's my one swear word for the podcast. Fine, you get a pass, but trust to believe Biggie was big stuff back in the day.
I was listening to like Leonard Skinner and Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, winner. You can never drive with me anywhere because I'm going to blow your mind with some hip-hop beautifulness. So the Nerdiverse voted. Yeah, I'll take an Uber. And then I'll be the Uber driver turning around like, hey, with my face all jacked up like that one guy from Scrooged. Yeah. So the Nerdiverse voted, and Hypnotize and Juicy tied with 25%. Big Papa tied with 12%, and Mo Money, Mo Problems, the Mace, Puff Daddy and Biggie Infinite track won out with 37% of the vote. So here's to you, Biggie, resting in heaven, probably having some kind of steak and grape juice, chilling out. You know what I'm saying? Listening to these whack rappers use your beats in your name. Blasphemous. Garbage. What is the grunge equivalent to Biggie Smalls? Winter, would it be what? Nirvana?
No, maybe Tupac would be Nirvana.
That's actually a very astute observation, my man.
And Biggie Smalls would be maybe
Grunge
like Alice in
equivalent.
Chains.
Yeah, okay. You know what? For someone who doesn't know anything about Biggie or Tupac or hip hop, you sure hit the nail on the head there, my man.
And Collective Soul is like Salt and Pepper.
Damn. Push it real good. You know that song's about sex? Did you know that? You know it's about the actual function.
I thought they were talking about a lawnmower.
You know what? That can be construed.
Yeah, I'm not a pervert like some of the hosts here. Okay.
Wow. There's nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. It's time for some news, guys. It's time for the news.
Let's start spreading the news. Let's start learning about games and movies and do comics.
Goulet. You don't even blink, do you? So, dude, tell me you saw the Spawn trailer for Mortal Kombat 11. Tell me, do you... Okay. This is Winter Trash Muck the Third. We're kind of polar opposites, which I ultra love. Do you know anything about Spawn?
Yes, I know Spawn.
What are your thoughts on Spawn?
Didn't like the movie too much. Liked the video game.
Mm-hmm.
I like the whole black person thing.
Yep, he's black. Baby, I'm black. Any kind of fool could see. There was a time in the 90s where Spawn was just the best. Where Spawn was the end-all, be-all, coolest comic book character of all time. The Spawn, dude. I remember going to Golden Apple Comics with my dad in Hollywood, California. Shout outs to Golden Apple. Buying Spawn #1, Todd McFarlane. Just the coolest thing ever, dude. Spawn had the infinite cape. He looked like an evil version of Spider-Man. He had Ghost Rider shades. He shot energy blasts. Mm-hmm. Edgelord Mikey couldn't get enough of Spawn. I had to have the toys. When the HBO show came on, it was super R-rated. My dad still let me watch it because you know how much of a nut I was about Spawn. And at this point, when you show like a little kid Hellraiser or Spawn, it's not going to really do anything, you know? I was so into Spawn. I had all the games from, I would say, all the comics from issues 1 to like 35 or something like that. Nice. I was deep into Spawn, dude. Like Spawn versus Batman, where Batman threw the boomerang in his face and Spawn had to sew his face together with like a shoestring, dude. Oh man, Spawn was the best. And the sucky thing about Spawn is that he just fell off. Spawn just disappeared from the face of comics. Not really. His popularity just died like that. He just it was literally from like 91 to like 96. And that was it. And then Spawn just kind of teleported out of like the zeitgeist, you know what I mean? And all that Spawn energy had to go into like a pretty okay movie with Michael Jai White, and like you said, it was not that great. The graphics are so dated now. It's laughable. You know what I mean? The video games were okay. You got to play as Spawn as in Soul Calibur 2, which is always
That's cool. Right. There were I thought it was at first like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
A little bit, but like, nah, I don't think that's true.
So like when there's an announcement that Spawn was going to be in Mortal Kombat 11, all us 90s Spawn kids were just like, you better not mess this character up, man. It's so easy to mess this character up. There's certain things you got to get right. You know what I mean? And this trailer almost brought this nerd to tears, man. It was so good. Like, I didn't know they got Keith David to do the voice of Spawn, which is a nice little Easter egg because Keith David was the voice of Spawn for the HBO cartoon back that I just mentioned back in the 90s. And they brought Keith David to do the voice, which is a huge get because that just ties in the character more because the only other kind of moving Spawn we have is Michael Jai White, which would have been a good get too. I thought it would have been kind of cool if Michael Jai White did the voice too, but Keith David's the superior choice. And this trailer was just oozing cool, man. I cannot wait to play this game again. MK11, dude. I didn't mean to gush so much. Do you have anything to add to that, Winner, by any chance?
Nothing of value, no.
I mean, what is a value, man? We're talking about nerds.
It sounds like it's going to be a Mike podcast this week, folks.
Oh, man. Sometimes they end up that way. To this, I do not apologize. Mike-centric content. All right, let's switch things up to a bit more winter-centric, shall we?
Let's get to it.
So,
I feel like I'm off my game. Let's get to it.
You're good, man. This will put you right back on it because this is crazy. So, a Twitch streamer was suspended, right? Kicked off his esports team because this guy accidentally fired a live weapon, a gun, on his stream. Apparently shot a can of like energy drink, shot a hole through his $900 monitor, drunk off his ass, streaming. Insane, dude. Like insane. Like, but how do you monitor that? You can't really control that, can you?
No, you can't.
You really can't, right? Like,
why would he be kicked off?
Because he fired a gun in his room with kids watching, dude. Like, you can't.
All right, America.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay, what's this hot take? You're defending this guy?
I'm like, he's an idiot, but who cares?
Okay, what's a worse offense? And please mind you, this is only for me being devil's advocate. Okay. Is it a worse offense for a female streamer to show her exposed chest, or for this guy to fire off a firearm?
Streamer to show exposed chest, by far.
By far? By far.
I think so.
Why is that? Is that just
I guess it would also have to be like what's combined with that. Like if it's done in a way to be like a sexual intent is combined with it, then you're pretty much like exposing pornography to a
wide audience, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's say girls, this young lady is streaming. She's drunk, she's tipsy, and she flashes. Not even an accident, but you get what they call a nip slip. You get a nip slip.
Okay. Versus
this guy with a loaded gun, playing with it on stream and accidentally discharging it in his room.
But I would say that you'd have to make the argument linking him playing with a gun, firing it on camera, it will then therefore lead to whatever you're thinking is going to lead to. I mean, or like it like I don't see the big deal, particularly where in a world where we have kids see far more worse things that they could be watching, and have seen it.
It's a thin line, man. I definitely get that. Where we'll praise John Wick for killing 93 people on screen, but when it gets a little too real, it's when.
But in all seriousness, like not even John Wick. Like there are youth that have watched suicide videos, watch people get their heads chopped off, but that doesn't make the news. It's this streamer shooting his gun on camera and then getting kicked off the esports team as if that reflects poorly on the team.
Well, it's all about conduct. Like you have to, if you're part of a business or a team, you have to hold yourself in a particular level of conduct.
Yes and no. If it's in the contract that you have a code of conduct, yes, you do. But if you do not have it on there, the code is a lot less than that.
So if there's a code of contract saying, please do not discharge firearms on stream.
No, it could just you don't have to put it there. Like if it violates the principles of the group that you're in, and like you got a pretty wide berth, pretty much of like you need to make yourself aware of like what's right or wrong with the team. But
this reminds me of a news article we had almost like a year ago. Remember the podcaster that was sponsored by McDonald's, and they were just doing their show, and McDonald's didn't realize that they were a potty mouth podcast.
Oh yeah,
McDonald's like ripped all the money out of their pockets.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the same thing, right? Like they violated the terms of conduct for McDonald's.
No, because there wasn't a terms of there was never a discussion about a code of conduct.
How do we know though? Like we don't know what contract they signed.
So I have to. Neither do you. So you can't use that argument then.
I'm just saying, man. It's got to be rules to this, dude. You can't just be brandishing a gun around like Walter from Big Lebowski.
Why?
Because it sends a bad message, man.
What's the message?
Don't fire guns in your house.
You don't say... Okay, man.
I'm just saying. What is that? What? Am I crazy?
A little bit.
All right.
I don't know.
This is a fun conversation, but we do have to move on.
Okay.
Fun stuff. Speaking of brandishing guns, apparently the Last of Us series
okay.
is being adapted by HBO. What do you think is going to come out first? The Last of Us series or Last of Us 2?
Hopefully they come out at the same time.
Louise,
and
right?
like the game like spoils the show.
The game has to spoil. It has to be like a Game of Thrones effect, where the series starts to dictate the game before it comes out. Oh man, they love the show. We introduced this new character. We have to build the new character in the game. We're in gold, sir. The game is shipping in 3 months. Postpone it again. No one cares. Get this character in the show. Get Baby Yoda in Star Wars Battlefront. We don't care how you do it. You know. I just think this is such a cart before the horse kind of thing, man. Mm-hmm. We've been waiting on this game. This game has been pushed back like 3 times, you know, Last of Us 2, to the point where it's almost comical. And now they're coming out, you know, Marvel pointing towards the stands. Oh, yeah, we're making a TV show and everything. Sure. Because the American public really want to hear about pandemics destroying the earth right now. Do you have any kind of emotional tie to Last of Us, Winter?
I thought it was interesting. It was a game that talked about like had a pretty cool storyline in a gaming industry that doesn't really do that type of stuff. Like I don't know what the correct term would be for it, but
yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, and I liked the tone of it and everything, and I thought it was good, but I never replayed it. After
Me neither.
That.
I got through it, and I was just like, yeah, that was nice. And
I know there's like people like, we gotta play the multiplayer. I'm like, there's multiplayer to this?
There's multiplayer? You can miss me with it. Interesting. Speaking of missed opportunities, NFL 2K is coming back in 2021. EA Madden loses their exclusive rights with the NFL, kinda. Mm-hmm. Only reason I put this on the docket because we don't really do a lot of sports ball on here, and it's not really our hat. But I was just thinking about this like a week ago. I was like, I really wish I could just play a basketball game sometimes, like an NBA Live or NBA, even an NBA Jam for that matter. Like, look, I used to have fun with those games as a kid.
Yeah, they're fun. They're game. I like how it's a game that you can play with your friends in the room.
100%, right? Yeah. It's the perfect multiplayer. Mm-hmm. You pick your favorite teams and you go at it. It's just that the way that Madden and NBA, whatever it is now, are just so predatory, microtransaction kind of gotcha traps. It's like, I don't want to play that, man. And they're such low poly, like just thrown together year after year. Mm-hmm. Without competition, there's no room for growth or expansion or effort. So I hope 2K comes out and just blows Madden out the water with like new innovations and actually thinking about it more than just, okay, it doesn't matter what we put out. They have no choice. They're going to buy this if you want to play as the Raiders. the Raiders, so I'm kind of really excited to see what they do with it. You know what I mean? If it's going to be drastically different than Madden's kind of same old cookie cutter approach to it.
It's been forever since I've played a Madden game, so I don't.
Same here. It's only because it's just there hasn't been any real reason to.
Right.
I'm not knocking any fans of the series. If that's your game, hey man,
you are. Yes,
more power to you. I am kind of eat it, but competition breeds success. So let there be a different kind of NFL game, like back in the day, to just kind of spice things up a little bit, right? So I'm all for that. Speaking of things that are spicy, Mario's Fireball is spicy, and apparently Super Mario Brothers and Lego are coming together for some kind of collaboration. And it makes me think, like, why is this just happening now? Like, I get Nintendo are very choosy about who they collaborate with.
Right.
Even though they collaborated with Ubisoft and Rabbids, which is a weird mix.
I liked it.
Yeah.
They should have done Worms, but,
That's what I'm saying. Like, Nintendo products can be so much more than they allow themselves to be. You know what I mean? And like Mario Legos just seems like it makes so much sense. You know what I mean? Like you can crush the blocks and you can build them up and you can create all these different lands and worlds. And you would think this would have been around for like 20 years by now. But we're getting it now. So I'm just kind of curious to see what your thoughts are on the whole Lego everything and how Nintendo was starting to kind of dip their toe into it.
Yeah, I love Legos. I think every kid should have them, but unfortunately, they're way too expensive now.
I
I
tried
can't
to buy
remember.
a Lego Death Star, man. That should have run you like $1,000.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. So I like the idea of them, but they need to come up with budget options.
And that's another thing where it's like that's the only game in town, right?
Well, there's Mega Bloks.
Mega Bloks is a big one too, but that's more of a video game, isn't it?
No. Mega Bloks, I believe they came out because Lego lost a lawsuit where they couldn't patent the brick, or something like that. So then Mega Bloks came out as a cheaper alternative.
Hey, but Lego also has that EA kind of drip where they're like, yeah, you can play with Mega Bloks, or you can play with
Star Wars.
We got Star Wars. We have Harry Potter. We have Jurassic Park. We got Marvel. Whatever you want. And Mega Bloks is like, we got a rock. But when you're a parent, your kid's 3 years old, they're not going to know the difference. Just get them some Mega Bloks, man. Let them chill. You don't have to buy Okay, I have a pet peeve with people who buy their kids super expensive clothes and they're like 0 years old. That bothers me. I don't know why. I see like a 1-year-old in Jordans. It just drives me crazy. I can't stand it. Like your kid doesn't even understand what's happening. This is for you. You're dressing up your kid like some kind of puppet.
Yeah,
it drives me crazy. That's not Nerdiverse talk. That's just what really grinds your gears. Mike G edition. Speaking of things that grinds my gears, we lost a film legend. We lost Max von Sydow at age 90.
Use acting.
And he goes, Sydow. This guy just died, man. He was originally the Exorcist in The Exorcist. He was also in Judge Dredd, I want to say. He gets blown up by Sylvester Stallone. He was in, I want to say, The Force Awakens. He was just this old, super active, super cool, older gent, obviously at 90, who's literally has like one of the best. He has like a film credit that rivals like Sam Jackson or something like that. Just all over the place. So I just wanted to bring it up in honor of Max von Sydow. I think I lost my faith, Tom. Mm-hmm. So I just want to give him a shout out. Speaking of horror, this is something we were talking about last week, is James Wan is producing a monster movie for Universal right on the cusp of The Invisible Man doing well. Just what we were talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to do? If you could pick any of the movie monsters that's not Invisible Man, which movie monster would you want James Wan to do?
Well, I unfortunately want him to do Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which isn't really.
Oh, that's a good choice, dude.
Yeah, which isn't really a monster
good
movie. Is it included in the Universal?
I think they are. They're not part of the big four.
Yeah,
but Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was a Universal film, I want to say.
Like,
right?
I wouldn't have him do The Mummy.
I wouldn't have him do Dracula.
Yeah, Frankenstein maybe. But it can't be like CGI.
No, because that's not how
CGI.
James Wan rolls. He's using practical effects.
Like, just have.
That Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is a good pick, because that could be practical effects and grounded with like lighting and staging. That's I can't think of anything better. I think that's
why you pay me the big bucks.
That's why Waiter comes in with the clutch. We're gonna start calling you Robert Ory. Speaking of clutch shows, the Kids in the Hall are getting a revival. Were you a Kids in the
This gets the Winter Star news of the week. Woo, woo,
yes.
woo, woo, woo.
Okay, Winter, you take this one, man. You talk about it, bro. What's going on?
So not only are they getting a revival, I guess all their back catalog is going to be on Amazon as well.
I'm so excited. I love me some Kids in the Hall. I love
Kids in the Hall. Like, it is the precursor to a lot of the comedians that you enjoy today. Go like Kids in the Hall was one of my favorite shows.
Owes a lot to Kids in the Hall, man. And Kids in the Hall was kind of like the successor to Monty Python in a lot of ways. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Now, I need to remember... I remember like creating in my head this long chain of comedians from this. For some reason, my brain wants to go like Bob Odenkirk wrote for it.
Yeah. There's a lot of like low key comic geniuses that wrote for Kids of the Hall back in the day, man. Yeah. It's kind of like the Tracy Ullman show, like how that just gave birth to so many careers. Kids of the Hall low key gave birth to a lot of good writers in the industry.
Bob Odenkirk did not write for it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's fine. But
I'll spend an hour on this later.
Yeah, he's gonna do. Winter's gonna do his Kids in the Hall introspective. That's gonna be the next After Dark. But yeah, big shout outs to Kids in the Hall. If you have Amazon, just watch a couple of episodes. They're hilarious. They're old school. They're Canadian. They're great. You know what I mean? Especially the sausages episode. That's my favorite one. Where the old ladies in the high rise going sausages. Classic.
Okay. Yeah. There was one skit that they did about the Doors that I like.
Very revolutionary. They were one of the first comedy skits outside of like Monty Python that did cross dressing, which was very impactful and revolutionary then. You know, not to mention what Monty Python was doing. So that was a big impact, and they fit that into a lot of their skits and normalized it, and it was really cool. So big ups to Kids in the Hall. I'm really excited to see what they do now as they're older, and wonder what these guys have been up to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping it's gold. I'm thinking it's going to be comedy gold. So I'm super hyped for it. Those fellas are dope. Lastly, we got a shot of the Batmobile from the Matt Reeves Batman that's coming out like in 2021 or something like that. And the one takeaway from this image is that it's a car again. It's not some freaking mobile tank that it's been the last 10 years. You know?
Finally, a car that I could drive.
Finally, a car that I can afford.
An affordable Batmobile for an economically struggling Batman.
For economically struggling Gothamite. It looks cool. Looks neat. It reminds me of Blade's car from the Blade trilogy. Kind of like just a chunky muscle car that, you know, Vincent Torello would drive. Family. I wonder what kind of tricks it has up its sleeve. Batmobiles always have cool little tricks and neat little gadgets that are attached to it. You know what I'm saying? So, curious to see what the car does. If anything, they may tone it down and just let it be a damn car for once. But even Michael Keaton's Batmobile had stupid stuff attached to it, like flamethrowers and grappling hooks, so it can drift turns and stuff. So, just curious how they're gonna outtop the Tumbler jumping from rooftops. You know what I mean? Like, how wackier can you get? And we got a little bit of clips of the actual Batman armor, which is looking good. It looks very tactile. I wish they added some color to it, though. It's like black on black again. I was hoping they would do like a black, gray, blue, but you know, I'll take what I can get. I'm still very excited for the film. Yeah, man. That's the news. That's the news.
We did it.
We did it. We did it. What are you looking forward to, my good man?
So I'm looking forward to watching maybe some Star Trek and maybe try to finish West Wing by the end of the week.
Nice. Yeah, I need some catching up to do, too. I want to watch Castlevania Season 3. It's out, so I need to catch up on that. I definitely want to finish leveling my Siren in Borderlands 3. Spawn will be out by the time we record again, I believe. So I'm definitely interested to get some hands-on with Spawn on MK11. Definitely going to be putting out some MOTN reviews this week, probably before this episode. Let's just say toss a coin to your Mandalorian, so get excited for that.
Toss a coin. Oh, sorry.
Not yet. Not yet.
You got me all jittery.
I'm sorry, my man. Speaking of which, actually, not to get ahead of myself, do you have any last thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, check me out at Trashmonk the Third, Trashmonk II on all your favorite social media. I am doing stuff daily.
Daily, ladies and gentlemen. He's on there. He's in these streets. And if you like this crazy content, you can always support us monetarily via our Patreon, which is patreon.com/MOTN. Hit it, winner.
Toss a coin to your masters, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh.
The extra flair. That's $5. Uh-oh. Just put $20 on it.
And I will toss coins to you.
Uh-oh. And the Emmy goes to Winter Trash Monk the Third.
I'm Whitney Dallas, baby.
Whitney, what's that a mix of, dude?
Whitney Houston.
Like,
not Houston, it's Dallas.
Whitney Dallas. That's so stupid. It works. I'm with it. I'm a
Whitney Houston cover band.
Whitney Dallas. Okay.
And I bring you joy.
And if you like to support this channel non-monetarily, you can always do so by liking our content, by subscribing to our channels, and by commenting on our episodes, because feedback is important. How are we doing? Great? Garbage? Let us know either way, because we always want to improve our efforts and make this the best podcast possible. If this is your first time listening, I would first like to say hello and thank you for joining and listening to the Nerdiverse. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G.
And I've been your host, Winter.
And we will always ask you to take that one step beyond.